I rise to urge my colleagues to do the right thing and pass a bill that will fully fund the Department of Homeland Security without the politically driven riders that are focused on this debate. Protecting our country from terrorist attacks should be our top priority in Congress, and we should not be playing political games with Homeland Security funding. That is the least our constituents expect of us. I know that for many of my colleagues here, the question of immigration is a very contentious one and an important one worthy of debate. We should have that debate without risking the safety of our families by once again putting an immigration bill on the floor of the Senate. But this funding bill, for such a vitally important part of our national security, is simply not the place for an ideologic debate. If we fail to pass and fund the Department of Homeland Security, the consequences for our safety could potentially be devastating. Take, for example, the Urban Areas Security Initiative. This is the program that helps our cities pay for things like surveillance equipment, secure communication systems, training for law enforcement personnel, all in order to increase our security and prevent terrorism. These grants ensure that all of the places terrorists have targeted and will continue to target are able to effectively prevent those violent acts from happening. New York City is in my home state. It's the #1 terror target in the nation. It relies on these urban security programs to keep its millions of residents and tourists safe. It also relies on our Homeland Security network to stop the plans of would-be terrorists. Since 9/11, New York City has thwarted at least 16 terrorist attacks, and it's done so because of the constant support that the Department of Homeland Security provides. If we can't pass this bill, the Urban Areas Security Initiative and the extended network of security systems guarding New York City would lose their funding. And every visitor to an urban area in this country, including right here in Washington, D.C., would be less safe. If we can't pass this bill, not only would our security suffer, but the inspectors at our ports would not be paid, our security personnel would not be paid, and our Border Patrol agents would not be paid. If we don't pass this bill, then we have failed at our most solemn responsibility to keep the American people safe. I urge all of my colleagues to please put politics aside. Vote to pass a bill free of the divisive partisan policy riders and fully fund the Department of Homeland Security. Thank you, Mr. President, and I yield the rest of my time. I suggest there's an absence of a quorum.